Yo, what is up folks, MTG here, and today we're going to look at something pretty spicy. This is Grixis Wheels in Timeless, using some new cards that have come to the platform from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and a special guest that came along with that, and so let's go kind of run through the idea of the deck. We have Narset on the format for a while, and I've already made some videos with Narset in combination with Collective Defiance. Narset stopping your opponent from drawing cards, and Collective Defiance being able to target a player to have them discard all the cards in their hand and then draw that many cards. And then with Narset that kind of shuts you off. Well, shuts them off from drawing more than one, which is pretty good. And notably, Collective Defiance is the best wheel effect that we have on Arena at the moment. In Paper and Pioneer, you could play something like Days Undoing, but hey, at the moment, this is kind of why we're in Grixis and not just straight blue back. That does come with some other advantages as well. One of the new cards that we're playing with here is Notion Thief. 2 blue black for 3/1 with Flash. So you can ambush your opponent with this effect as well as use it kind of for the combo. But if an opponent would draw a card except for the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, instead that player skips that draw and you draw a card. Pretty great, pretty great. You wheel them, but then you get to draw instead of them. Notably also, Narset says Narset says they can't draw more than one card each turn, whereas Notion Thief says any drawing outside of their draw step. And so, for example, if you Collective Defiance as a sorcery, your opponent would normally get to draw 1 card with Narset. They get to draw 0 cards with Notion Thief. And so really nice. Is of course a 3/1 creature, but easier to interact with. Unfortunately crafting these is going to use your Mythic Wildcards. But hey, I'm doing it for you, I guess. So we have Narset, we have Notion Thief, Collective Defiance is our wheel, also has some other modes, can deal 4 damage to a creature or 3 damage to your opponent or Planeswalker, but primarily we're using it here for the discard all the cards in the hand ability and draw many cards. Cool, we've got those wheels going on. In addition to this kind of like, hey, I'm going to make you draw cards and discard cards package, we also have a Gyre Satisarium. This is just kind of some bonus upside. You can activate in your opponent's turn. We get to draw, there to discard. That's the idea. Pretty nice there, pretty nice there. And then alongside that, we have Jace Reawakened, which you might have noticed. Jace is an awesome new Planeswalker from Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and it's been making a bit of an impact now in Modern as well, in Grixis Control and a few other places, as well as some spicier lists, for sure. But here we're using Jace. We don't have a way to cheat it, but you can't cast it in your first, second, or third turns of the game. So I'm using this on turn 4. What we're basically using to set up here is to set up having Narset or Notion Thief with Collective Defiance on 1 turn. So we're using it to kind of cheat on mana a little bit. It does some other stuff as well. The way we're using it to cheat on mana eventually, overall, is that we can +1, exile an on-land card, and plot it. So we're looking to plot Narset or Collective Defiance so we can cast it for free on the following turn to kind of do our combo. The other, and one of the things that was identified immediately with Jace, is that you can plot Valky, God of Lies, and that then lets you cast Tibalt Cosmic Imposter the next turn for free, which is super, super, super powerful. And so we've got 3 Valky in here as well. So we're using Jace, like, hey, it helps set up our kind of combo, like it loots some cards away, that's nice. And we've also got the Valky combo in here as well, as a way to win the game, outside of the kind of sleep some stuff. The other thing I wanted to draw a note to before we go to the rest of the shell is the Prismari commands. Is pretty sweet anyway. Modal, 2 damage to target, create a treasure, destroy an artifact. So creating the treasure can also kind of let you cheat on mana for the combo. But importantly, target player draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards. Again, with with Narset or with Notion Thief, this is incredible because they discard cards and you draw cards with Notion Thief, or they just discard the cards at instant speed with Narset, which is pretty sweet, pretty sweet. And so hey, as well as enabling us with a treasure and like being like creature removal, it also does that. And then around this we have some Grixis cards. We've got Consider to help us find the combo. We've got 4 copies of Fiery Impulse as a kind of way to remove stuff. The reason we're playing Fiery Impulse over Fatal Push, I think it's worth talking about, is that we are base kind of blue-red and we're splashing the black, and that's because Collective Defiance requires double red. That's basically the entire reason we've got Fiery Impulse over Fatal Push. It does also catch some stuff that Fatal Push doesn't. You need to enable Spell Mastery to kill things like, to kill Wild Growth Wanderer. But hey, still very efficient removal. The other thing is that we've got 1 of Cling to Dust here. This is because we're putting cards into our opponent's graveyard. Want to be a little careful with that, just in case of Greasefang, Dredge, other kind of graveyard-based decks. Having 1 way to kind of be like, hey, okay, we've accidentally put something in there we don't want. Let's exile that. And again, repeatable as well is nice. And then lastly, kind of holding everything together, we've got a couple more removal spells with a bit of Triumph. Just very, very versatile, and 4 copies of Make Disappear as our kind of counter spell of choice. The mana base, before I kind of go into the matches, we have 1 Gaia Reach Sanitarium, as I mentioned, kind of enables some combo shenanigans here. A Haunted Ridge, 2 Blood Crypts, 2 Blackgate Cliffs, 2 Stormcloud Coast, 2 Steam Vents, 4 Spybluff Canal, 2 Riverglade Pathway, 2 Warrior Grave, 2 Darkslick Shores, Attack Anuma, and Otawara. Recycle Narset and the Notion Thief, and Otawara is just the best of the cycle of utilities. Well, actually, just AG, but the best that we can play. And then 1 from the Storm Giants, in case we do need to beat down. Which, admittedly, would be rough unless we've stolen some creatures with Valky. And so, hey, here we are. So, that's the deck. We're going to hop into some Explorer Ranked. If you're not ready, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, you could also check out Twitch, where I'm currently streaming. And yeah, let's get into some matches. Alright, first match here. See how we do. We have Notion Thief and Collected Defiance, which is nice. Usually to kind of get through the early game. Go to keep this. I'm gonna shock Warrior Grave. Not pass. We don't actually have any red cards that we want to play right now. Epicure. Interesting. Not that interesting. This can Convoke pretty obviously. Go ahead and consider. The Valkyrie, we don't have anything to pair it with, so I'm just going to put this in the graveyard. And we would like to find some lands. We'd definitely like to find some lands. I'm going to take the damage here just so we can stop what they're doing on turn 2 with the Make Disappear. But we'll see how things go. Shepherd Dunes. No. Well. Looks like no demolition. Pass is fine. I'm going to exile my Consider. There's some interesting choices that we're not playing. Like, take 3 times is definitely a possibility, but an expensive one. Here we could value define. I think I'd rather just hold up the Make Disappear and have the Fiery Impulse on hand. They're likely to have the Flash creature. Yeah, Resolute Reinforcements is very telegraphed at this point. We just stop this. I think that would be fine, actually. If this is their turn 2 play, I don't have a lot of confidence they have a lot more to kind of come back with. And if we can kind of keep the board clear, we'll be in a really nice position to go like, hey, end of turn Notion Thief, untap Collected Defiance. Do the things. Need to find another land for that. Yeah, that sacrifice include... well, let's include blood. Third land. Do they have anything else? I'm gonna go ahead and impulse this because we want to use our mana. Again, if we draw the land, we want to use the Notion Thief. Alright, yeah, another Epicure. I mean, actually did a decent amount of damage to our own life total. We've taken like 14 off of these shocks. 14. 4 off the shocks, and then a couple off the Epicures. And they've got 1 set up here. What have we got? Okay, so we don't have a land here, but we can Jace to plot a Collected Defiance. I think that'll be my plan here. We'll exile a Collected Defiance into this. One kind of cool thing with Defiance as well is that you can escalate and pay the mana cost still. If you're casting it off of Jace that's been plotted. You have to pay the mana cost, but you have the option to do that, as opposed to not being able to, which is decent. And then again, we're looking for land, Notion Thief. Depending on what they play here, we might be in a bit of trouble, but they're probably also thinking like, hey, should we kill this Jace? And there's not too much removal we're worried about with the Notion Thief, at least against Convoke. Yeah, it looks like they're just a bit flooded. They have no Convoke creatures. Sure. Oh, well, we could plot this, but we might end up dead. I think plotting this is probably better than trying to hit the land here. Is it? You can block the Notion Thief afterwards. See the Valkyrie next turn. We have collected Defiance to kill one thing. We can kill the Warden now. Okay, no, okay. Alright. We're not dying here. Yeah, so I'm gonna plot Valkyrie so that we can Tibalt next turn. I'm gonna cast. I want to wheel them for sure. That's a Defiance from hand to deal 4 damage to this thing. Alright. Bit of a weird one, but I feel okay about this. And we'll keep the other one plotted. Is there only 2? You've got Valkyrie coming down. And yeah. It's an interesting one for sure. That's damage. That puts us to 3, which is not very safe. Drawing Narset here is not great. I will plus Jace here in case we find the land. Alright, I think we should plus Jace because we should try at least to find like a real stuff. We do find a land. Discard Narset. Find a land. And cast Valkyrie. We can do this. Let's Valkyrie first. Oh well, Tibalt first. They have Shepherd Dunes, which costs. What I activate? I think we should want to minus that. The Recruiter. Then we have the option to. Denying them any cards. We can block one of the creatures as well. Okay, sure. I'm not confident because we can still die here. Okay. What do they draw into? Oh, okay, that's not. We got to do a little combo. I'm already pretty happy. I will block this, I think. I mean, yeah. We've not actually drawn super well. We have, yeah, we can make tokens with this. That's pretty. Let's plus Tibalt, see what we hit.
Make no mistake, I'm not nice.
I actually can't cast a sorcery half of this. Be more aware of that. We can plot Narset with Jace. We can just tick it up. We can just tick it, or we can tick it down. We can kill this. I need a land for Gigant though. I'm trying to think what else we're dead to. There's some haste creatures we need to be careful about. We also have this. I'm gonna tick this up. Let's see if I can find a real spell. I'm drawing a lot of land here. It does not have. No, it does not have vigilance. The Knights have vigilance. Okay. I thought I played more of the combo deck. I apparently have not. Alright, now Errant's really good for them. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, we can take the Knight Errant. It's all kinds of over from here. We just need to kind of get through a turn. You have tons going on here. Like, Gigantha as well. Means this may disappear. Pretty much any Gigantha deck. This isn't going to do loads on the draw. And this is going to be a bit too slow for interaction. I think we should mulligan this and look for something better at least. This is, again, that's some other problems. I'll put a Defiance on the bottom. This way we at least have a piece of interaction with the Impulse. Didn't actually just be mono reds. Gonna shoot this now. He's fine. Or some kind of prowess variant with Slick Shot is also very probable, I guess. Yeah, Mono Red Blitz. That's a Steamkin. Have them make this appear? I don't want to gamble with the Consider to try and find a removal spell. And we should be able to collect a Defiance it depending on what's going on here. This is unfortunate because it's almost certainly turning on like a light of the stage, but can't do a ton about that. Again, don't really want to. Ooh, it's not. In that case, I will consider. What do we do in 3 mana? What's the plan here? I'm gonna bomb this for now. I'll bomb this, graveyard this. Sanitarium, Dark Six Shores. Dark Six Shores takes us off of that, does let us. I always want to wheel us. I don't hate that at all. We're on 3 mana and have not done anything with the Steam Kit in play. That is wild. I'm gonna let this resolve. Oscar just good. A little worried about them kind of storming off this time. If I'm casting this Cling to Dust now is the best time to do it. That was its lightning. Just in case we do hit a removal spell. We can catch us in combat so I don't get to use the mana if they have to chain off of it. But oh, we cannot interact with that. Absolutely regretting not just collecting Defiance of this down, but also well no, but also not dead. Alright, we're at 8. This is vulnerable again now, at least, which we wanted. Yeah, let's do 2 modes here. I'm gonna target me to wheel myself, and then we'll do 4 damage to the Steam. Get these lands out of the way. Okay, this looks better if we don't die. Hope we don't die. Yeah, it looks just to be on our prowess. Almost gonna be some slingshots in there. The team of Battle Rage is interesting, but the deck can kill very, very quickly. What is that? Oh, it's the neat plot one, right? Okay, we're at 4. It's down to 3. Deal Spell Mastery enabled. Gonna shoot this. Oh, well, they would have drawn it anyway, right? Narset minus a Jace plot Narset. I consider. We're on 4. I'll take this, 'cause it kills most things. And yeah, we'll do this.
Too much is at stake to just sit back and you're 2 steps.
I'll plot Narset from my hand. Narset can't find Valky. Could have made the other line maybe better, but yeah. As we have a Notion Thief. Let's cast and down take Narset. Oh, that's good. We have to draw 1 card. We should still do this now, right? Gonna loot with Jace. So wheel them. 3 of them. Yeah, we can't. We don't have other red mana to use. Lifesteal is still super low, especially with the Ramanap runes in play. Shaky. Good plus Jace here.
I'll find what I need.
You want the land?
I have just the trick for this.
Should maybe done this first. We have Cling to Dust for life if need be. Let me just main for just do this now. Other one. There's only one Sanitarium in the deck, so keeps the Lifestyle fairly healthy. They've got a few cards in hand, which is definitely enough to build something though. If they like show off into Monstrous Rage, we do die. Speaking of which. Here comes the boom. Play with Fire is also lethal. Yeah, fair use. Would have been dead to play with Fire if we didn't try and gain life there, to be fair as well. Okay. Oh, it's the play, no companion. Have a mate disappear, have some stuff for some stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this on the draw. Like a little, but I think we can deal with it. Alright, Blood Crypt definitely helps. I'm gonna lead on this then. See if they can rat us or something. Ooh, Priest of Forgotten Gods. And Death. It looks to be some kind of Insidious Roots Brew. Oh well, some kind of Insidious Roots deck. Which doesn't sound great for us because we have, well, you know, we want to put a bunch of cards in the graveyard. But it depends how many ways they have to get Insidious Roots back, I guess. I would like to counter the Tibalt, if possible. Death not quite charged up yet. I make Narset on 5. I should have played Narset and not Downsick here.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand.
Currently can only do 2 to it, so it's like, oh, it would be on 1. But if they have any way to buff these creatures, we just all kinds of dead. Alright. Yeah, Cauldron, Scrounger. Scourger's gonna be a problem for sure anyway. They get Priest back. Priest can activate now as well. Other Scrounger. They can activate straight away to Rutro. Get mana here. If they're activating for mana, they're gonna be activating this Priest, I think. But maybe if something they can play before sacrificing the Gorehound. Buckle up. Buckle up. Buckle up. Okay, they get Insidious Roots to play. We probably, not gonna lie, cannot win this game anymore. We can try. What's the best way to go about this? We can like win a couple of their cards away. No, actually, let's down to Jace. If we can find Jace, that gives us a decent shot. That doesn't help a ton. Did a triumph. How do I feel about leaving Priest of the Gods in play? They get 2 triggers to make 2 tokens. They can then activate this, get this back again on 2 triggers. They can chain up a bunch of us losing life. With the priest, we should not allow to live. We should not allow this thing to play there. We can make them discard some cards. No, okay. I'm gonna settle with this for now. The Tyvar itself is lethal later on, but isn't doing anything right now. So they like lost a card. The problem is all the cards do a ton of stuff. Tyvar can't activate to give them a load of value right this second, so I feel okay without that, but it's not what we would like. This is gonna be real tough. We're gonna need to yeah, this makes 2 tokens. These can immediately tap for mana because of the Tyvar, so they can kind of they're tapping for blue. Okay. Oh no. Cauldron lets you grab Priest of Forgotten Gods ability. Untap one of these. Okay. They can bring back Scounger. They can. Okay. It's down to. I would still like to try and find Jace. We don't get a Jace. I think that's probably the best thing. We can respond to this activation. In the meantime, okay, yeah. The player's tapped. Do 2 damage to Tyvar and destroy the Cauldron. This is gonna be messy. This deck is very, very sweet, and left unchecked will just grind you out and obliterate you over time. Yeah, you can exile the Mothlock. To be fair, we're very close to being dead to pile these tokens, so I'm gonna respond to this. We're gonna cling the Scrounger that's being activated. They still get the trigger from it, which is miserable. They don't get it back into play. We are gonna be 5-9. They're not quite dead to these, but it's great. 5, 9, 12. Don't tell them we're dead to the token. Text maths puts the token back at us. Yep. Alright. Don't tell them. Oh dear. Alright, well that was tough. Me and Valky Notion Thief. Let's Collective Defiance. I feel kind of okay with this. They're on the play. We have lands. See how it goes. Oh. So rude. Rat does Winterage. Most likely. I'm not gonna zap the Zealot. Finally at that round. We should hold up to Spear for turn 3 when they can have Sorin though. I think that's probably pretty important. Okay. Dusk Legion Zealot comes across, no problem. What's the follow-up? Alright, what are we chugging for? Fable, we do still want to do that. Okay. Not Sorin Intel, but Clatter Defiance and an Ocean Thief. Play one of these tats. Ass. I mean, the dream is that they tap out of something on their, like, not this turn, the following turn, and then we get to end a turn Ocean Thief, untap Defiance, but they know that we have both of those cards, which is a little bit more awkward. Unlikely we're going to get to wheel their hand away. But not impossible. Ooh, okay. We'll look to shoot the goblin. You're taking a bit of damage. I mean, it's super likely they have a fatal push, but if they do something like that, tap something on 3 mana again, then we get to kind of do our thing. Prismari Command also really good with Ocean Thief, depending on what they follow with. We'll see. We're also like dying soon. It'd be really cool to respond to this, but if they have any answer for the Ocean Thief, then okay, and they just won't discard cards. I think this is fine. I'm not going to respond to this. Alright, we still the Fatal Push go. We don't have any targets for that, we know that we don't. We're going to go to combat, we'll take one. We're kind of forced to end a turn the Ocean Thief, but kind of assume they have some kind of answer. Maybe they do not. Alright, cool. So we're gonna get to end of turn Notion Thief. And run the Cloud to Defiance out. Target player. We kill the creature while we're at it. Be rude not to, because that at least leaves us with a Fiery Impulse for the Fable token. And we get to see what we draw. Use guard, kill this Ion. If they still have a Fatal Push in hand, you want to Fatal Push your own Legion Zealot. Okay. Thorin left. We're on 13, I'm going to crack into 3 here. They have double Musivault, which, you know, is pressure. We have a decent amount of spot removal in hand still. That's annoying. What do you want to do? Get animate, you get plus Musivault, or are you going to sacrifice the Musivault? Okay. Ooh, leaving this to block is annoying. Okay, we've got Jace Valkyrie here as well now. We need to not die. All the odds we get are odd. We also can't kill Sorin. We need to deal with a reflection. Let's do some gambling then. I want to do 2 damage to any target. And make a treasure. Okay, yeah, this is fine. We'll plot Valky now then. Then yeah. No attacks. We want to threaten to block with this. Hey. Please no Vein Ripper off the top. That would also be really bad. No. What answers do we have? We have some answers. Okay. They do have actual Vein Ripper. We can use Cling to Dust to gain life here. We can use Valky to exile thing. The problem is we can't really block. Because we need to sacrifice the Notion Thief. Animate another creature. That's annoying. Yeah. That's all kinds of bad. We take 6, go to 4. We need the Notion Thief in play. We might as well draw and see what's up. Is exile target artifact a creature? Yeah, kind of my turn. He's using treasure mana anyway. Alright, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna cling to dust the Preacher of the Schism. So we get life before we stop, before we have to sack the Vein Ripper. In Tibalt. I wish they could do this and kill Sorin. Yes, I'm sure. Sacrifice a creature, resolve. He sat Notion Thief. Yeah. Yeah. We can just cast the Vein Ripper. So I can tick up Sorin to give something Death Touch. That way the least we're doing is like trading off it. Let's... I'm not gonna activate Jace. Yeah, sure. I'll cast this. This is cool. I don't really want to plot Fire Impulse. If I had Devil Spells, I'd just draw this card for the fun of it, but I don't want to miss something. I'm just going to +1, but not plot anything, I think. You want to be able to use Fire Impulse on this Mutable later. We'll see. We're on 5. Means it's like forced into some blocking situations, maybe. We're not getting anything thrown at us while we've got the Vein Ripper in play by Sorin, at least. Now we have the Vein Ripper when we untap with Tibalt and Jace. We were almost sitting pretty. Yeah, this gives it Death Touch. And we could just trade these off here. Like keep a Tibalt in play. Tibalt's just gonna win the game long term, right? Don't know, man. Vein Ripper's pretty good. If Cling to. This is actually tough. If we trade these, I end up on 9. They take a bunch of damage. I think we just... The Vein Ripper protecting himself is also pretty... I say that. Oh, the extra meter vault is not what we wanted. Alright, let's loot with Jace. All war is fine. Kill this Sorin. Alright. We have Fire Impulse, we have Auto Warrior, we have Cling to Dust. Should be in pretty good space. I don't know, it's a weird one to get nervous about, but it would feel pretty stupid here. Yep. I've spelled mastery by a lot. Okay. Got a 7. Do we auto war or cling here? I'll hold the auto war. We go to 6. Let's cling to dust. Wait, they don't have any creatures. Oh no. Our Notion Thief will do. And you don't really have any pathway to get back the Valkyries. We can't exile the Notion Thief if we got exile, for sure. Do this. Okay, Bit of Triumph is fine. They still have two of these. We have to be a little bit careful still. A little bit of Triumph. Yeah. Maybe we just kill this, we're on such a high life total. What's for that today? In which case we might as well do the entire thing. I'm not gonna loot them. We're taking 4 back. You can just not take this thing. Which I think is so they have I don't want to play the game out, but oh well. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of my decisions. Where's the play? Make this be a bit Triumph. Fine. My companion means probably no prowess, no convoke, which actually means like, hey, some time here. I'll go ahead and keep this. Also, it does a good job fixing some of our like. I was like, we probably got time here. All right, so the Goblin deck, and we've got that. Is severely underrated. Like severely underrated. I've made a couple of videos on it on the YouTube channel. But yeah. Huh. Buy it? So there's a version of the Rakdos Goblin deck that plays Call of Death Dweller to bring back like Chain Weather with Death Touch, which is pretty good. This start is a bit more confusing. What are we doing here? I should have passed back. The Harvest is throwing me for a loop. It could be Sacrifice. That's also like entirely possible. There's a lot. There's like infinite good threes they can have. I think I should need to take this. All right. Yeah, I was like, they could have Fable, they could have Nixless. There's like a million things we just died to. The Deadly Dispute is, you know, frustrating, but not us losing the game bad. Okay. Extra Valkyrie. There's only one more left in the deck for us to draw. I think we want to Narset and Downtick here. Try and find something permanent. Though we're not losing to this straight away, right? The mate disappears are getting worse and worse by the moment. Okay, no, yeah, I'm gonna pass back. The Fireblade Charger will not be the death of us. But yeah, it does seem to be some kind of sacrifice build. I'm just trying to think what you're powering up Flameblade Charger with to get value. Second one. You can also play the Goblin like engine. You play like these effects, the one with the same effect from Phyrexia, and then Rubberbout Horde Master, the one that when they die, like exile the top card, you play as a Goblin. I'm like, do I cast this Bitter Triumph? That's a might be yes. They just got one of the Valkyries. I want to not be on, like, just slowly get chipped away. None of the cards on my hand really stop that happening. Like, this probably just gets deadly disputed away or something, but them not having a proper clock in play is important. Okay. Oh, you could also do some pretty wild stuff where you're powering these up and sacrificing them. But again, not. You drew the third Valkyrie. That's the last one. All right. At this point, I'm gonna cast Narset and try and find a Jace. But I'm not happy about it. We're just these Maintenance appears are just not doing anything right now. That's a Notion Thief on the bottom as well. They should have infinite treasure. Their deck probably has no spells that cost more than 3 mana. And so these are worse than useless. Also begs the question why I just got, well, I guess. We have Valky and Make Disappear flooded right now. Yeah, they also need to think about whether they want to let us take this down again. Probably not, but they have a lot of cards.
You could use some training.
They also know about the Collector Defiance, so if they don't kill the Narset, then we get to Collector Defiance their hand away. Which, you know, we have to feel pretty good about. It's a shame this isn't both players, but is what it is. Okay.
Fury will only lead you astray.
Obnixilus is definitely annoying. Can they finish off the... You know what, I'm gonna discard a card. Let's discard one of the Valkyries. Oh, they're randomly shuffled onto the bottom. Is this a, yeah, this is a random order.
And you'll lose everything.
I'm gonna find discarding some cards here. They're not really doing anything right now. They have a way to kill the Narset. Not really. I mean, we're kind of dying to be. But, we're definitely dying if, they get a bunch of cards for it. They are playing Chainwell though. And Judith. That's okay. They probably are playing Call of Death Dweller then. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. They are playing Death Dweller, Chainwell combo. They've just got some other black red sacrifice elements in there. Really like them next list. I think this card is unbeatable sometimes. But maybe that's just the decks I play. Less sure about the like harvesters cropping around, but hey. We'll see, pretty fun.
By coin or carnage, tribute is owed.
I could afford to take some life here, but it's gonna decline now.
Pleasure doing
It's not great.
business with you.
Not great. Hey, gonna kill the Narset. The problem is that we kind of wanted to play like a longer game, but we just kind of don't have lands, don't have cards. You can kill one of the Onyxes there. Kill the little one. If we had a land at the 4th land last turn, we would have been able to kill Onyxes before and have had less activations and been much happier, but yeah. We'll see.
Well, now.
Not really much point in playing this land. We'll just save it as discard fodder from Nyxlis. Like, maybe we draw Jace here and everything works out fine. That'd be cool. That's what the hope is anyway. The only 4-mana card we can draw into is Notion Thief. Not really do anything here anyway. They're back up to 4 cards in hand as well. After the dispute there. But sure. Okay, that kills us quickly, for sure. or pseudo kills us quickly. You take 2 out of 9 here, so 3, there's the option sacrifice this. Take 2, 3 down to 6, this goes up to 3, 3, 4. Yeah, not quite dead, but with Omnixus activations maybe. So no, yeah, with an Omnixus interaction, if you've got no cards in hand, we die to that. I'm going to sack this now, but I get to proliferate the Omnixus. And the Chaos on the Dreadhorde Butcher, okay. Oh yeah. See it, I see it. I see it, I see it. Okay. That's just dead. We can kill this, this gets ultimate. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, that's the wheels deck. We went like 2 and 3 overall, I think. Had a couple of nice wins in there. Had a couple of points where the combo didn't quite come together, or bits of it were pretty awkward. Like, we are playing some fairly clunky cards with Notion Thief at 4 mana. Collective Defiance, it's like, the modes are pretty good, but we need lands to cast them, as we saw in that last game. And again, Narset itself can be awkward in some spots, especially versus creature decks, where you can either struggle to keep it on play, or don't really get the card off of it, or just like they've got stuff in play and the wheeling some like a few cards away doesn't do that much. But it is really, really sweet. I look forward to Wizards of the Coast finally putting Days Undoing onto the client to be able to play like the blue, like straight blue-black and be a lot cleaner. But in the meantime, hey, playing Grixis here, having access to some different stuff. And Prismari Command as well, we didn't get to use it, but the draw to discard mode, especially instant speed, you can kind of do it in the draw step. It's really, really cool. Yeah. We've gone like 4 Jace, 3 Valky. The Jaces at least do stuff when they're not in your opening hand, when you don't have them. When you don't have the Valky is kind of just stuck as a dead card. Whereas a lot of cards in the deck are a little bit like that until you have the other critical piece, like the Notion Thieves and the Defiances. It's okay. Maybe we can clean this up a little bit. And post-board it gets really interesting. I think after sideboarding versus creature decks, you get to bring in a bunch of sweepers. Versus control decks, combo decks, you get to bring in like a bunch of hand disruption. The main deck, like, hey, trying to play the field against both is a bit tricky. Like, obviously we'd like to have some like Thoughts of Interest and stuff. Those are going to end up with you falling flat in your face and not having room for some of the removal you need versus aggro. So, all a balancing act. And yeah, let me know what you think. If you watch this on YouTube, please do like, subscribe, and share the video around. And also, I'm streaming this over on my Twitch channel, so check that out as well. Follow me there if you want. Peace out.